Speeding tickets, improper lane changes, running stop signs, all tickets you'd expect a variety of California law enforcement to write.
But there is another agency writing those tickets that you might not expect, alcoholic beverage control.
And we found out ABC agents are writing hundreds of citations every year. KCRA 3's Tom Miller is explaining why.
27-year-old Nan Lin was driving on Interstate 80 from Sacramento to San Francisco when he started recording on his phone. His focus? The unmarked gold sedan trying to pull him over.
In my mind, I say, hey, you know, how easy is it for somebody to put on some lights and just kind of rob you?
Skeptical it was actually law enforcement, Lin called 911 to report what was happening.
The person on the phone told me specifically, under any circumstance, do not pull over and just go. And a couple of minutes later, the dispatcher called back and said, you know what, we did identify that as being undercover, like, law enforcement. Could you please pull over now?
To Lin's surprise, when he finally did stop in Vacaville, it wasn't the police, it wasn't CHP, it was two agents from Alcoholic Beverage Control.
They're like, drop the phone. I'm like, I'm not dropping the phone. You know, there's a dispatcher on the phone.
The agent cited Lin for making an unsafe lane change and following too close. Nothing alcohol related. Those violations, just two of more than 700 citations California ABC officers handed out to drivers from 2014 to 2016. John Carr is ABC's spokesman.
Do agents stop people for speeding?
Yeah, sure.
Following too close?
Yes.
Not driving with headlights?
Yes.
Going through a stop sign or stoplight?
Yes.
We also found citations for illegal use of the carpool lane, burning rubber, illegal camping, and even not having a light on a bike. Those alcoholic beverage control agents' primary function is to uphold laws regarding the legal sale of alcohol, but they're also sworn peace officers and technically allowed to enforce any section of the penal code. But while highway patrol officers are trained and retrained on traffic enforcement, we couldn't get a clear answer on this type of ABC training.
How are they trained to catch someone, like if they're speeding, for example? Like, do they go through the same training as a CHP officer?
No, well, I don't know if they would go through the exact same training. I can't answer all the, the extent. I know they go through extensive training.
But extensive training on traffic enforcement?
That's a question I didn't come prepared to answer for you. I'm sorry.
Yet the tickets are being written. We analyzed all of ABC's vehicle code violations from 2014 to 2016. While 65% had some connection to alcohol, violations like driving under the influence or with an open container, 35% had no connection to alcohol at all. That's 249 violations. The agents wear plain clothes, no uniform, and work in unmarked cars.
I think that's the job of a uniformed officer, and it's probably the best way that responsibility should be exercised.
Former Sacramento County Sheriff John McGinnis questions if ABC officers should be making traffic stops so frequently.
Is there somebody else who's better prepared, better trained, and better equipped for that specific nature of law enforcement?
Our analysis also found a curious discrepancy in where those citations are being issued. Drivers in Sacramento were cited for the most violations with 95, yet drivers in Los Angeles, a city with 8 times the population, received just 7.
How do you explain that one?
I just, like I said, the agents that work in this area, maybe they just came across things in their field work and made a decision to pull someone over when they saw something that was going to enhance, that would enhance public safety.
Just as confusing is the number of tickets individual officers are writing. While a majority of ABC agents issued less than 2 tickets, several wrote dozens, including one agent who cited drivers for 57 violations.
How do you explain that discrepancy?
I mean, like I told you, some officers are they're out in the field, they might come across something that they see compromises public safety, and if one officer has more citations than the other, then, either they saw something they came across or something in their training.
Somebody in the organization maybe is looking at activity that's not really truly part of their mission.
So what is the mission of ABC?
Our mission is to basically enhance public safety, try and keep the communities as safe as possible by, reducing any alcohol-related problems.
And Lynn says traffic enforcement doesn't fit. In his case, he says the agents never identified themselves as ABC agents.
I was under the impression that they were CHP the entire time.
Now he's left wondering who should be enforcing the rules of the road.
Our analysis also found that in general, drivers in Northern California were more likely to be cited by ABC agents than drivers in Southern California. We've made an interactive map with where drivers were cited for all 700 plus violations. You can check that out on the KCRA 3 app.
We should point out you've been looking at this for months. You've gone through all 700 plus of those documents. Let's talk about other law enforcement agencies. People may be wondering if they have a reaction to ABC agents writing these tickets.
Yeah, so a lot of these citations were issued on freeways and highways. So we reached out to CHP. The spokesperson that I talked with had no comment and said all the questions should be directed to ABC. So you get the feeling they want to stay out of this.
Yeah, just keep clear. Tom, thank you.
Tom, thanks a lot.